You're late, you're late, you're late for an important date. What happens? Yesterday we talked about when someone else is late. What happens with that? Hey, it's Lenny Wennerstrom, and we are talking about stability moments. That's what we're doing. So you're running late and your brain is just, oh my gosh, this always happens to me. What is going on? And and then you start looking. First of all, you're late, so you might start late. Then you can't find your keys, and then you can't find, like, where did you put your coffee? Where's the plate? Where's my purse? Where's whatever it is? And then you get later and later, and then you're in a little bit of a panic and a spiral because you're going to be late. So what happens? Rushing to get out the door, and that doesn't feel good. I think we all know that. Look, there's Feather. Can you see Feather back there by the greenhouse? So that is a stability moment. And it's not because you're late. It's your self-talk. It's what you're saying when you talk to yourself. It's your pressure plus self-judgment. Maybe a little bit of not planning ahead. But we're here for the moment, and there is no judgment on this. So, most people start stacking it all together, and this always happens to me. I don't know why I can't be on time. I don't know what is going on. And why can't I ever start on time? Or I started early and then this happened or that happened. This is like, this stacking can be that self-talk, what you say when you're talking to yourself. So you're telling yourself, like, I suck, or this is going to be bad. Oh my gosh. And so then you have fear, you have irritation, you have, look at the spiral. Look at the spiral. Now, what can you do to slow that spiral? So, because the microstability is to stop the self-attack and to start speaking to yourself with kindness. And it's because it's not the situation, but it's how you're talking to yourself. So being late is one thing, but saying what's wrong with me, that's a whole nother thing. And that is what is destabilizing and does not feel good. That self-judgment, that self-blame, you're already possibly going to be late. What's the worst thing that could happen? Don't answer that. Just just literally breathe and move the self-attack into just not being stable, into something like, I'm late, I can handle this. Maybe not what's the worst thing that can happen. Although I tell you, when you say what's the absolute worst that can happen, I could be fired. Okay, so you could be fired. You'll find another job. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, what's the absolute worst thing? And what could rushing do for you or to you, or in your rush, because you've already seen that things have gotten forgotten. Why? Because your brain is just full of panic and survival. You have moved from the parasympathetic, because maybe you started early, into the sympathetic, into that rush. So if you just tell yourself, basically, that I'm late, I write down different things of what you can say, but it's really what you're trying to do is stop that downward spiral. You're just going to stop all the chemicals, the adrenaline, the cortisol, the histamine. You're going to stop that in its tracks, and just, you're going to be aware. Remember the PDF that I always have it in the stability spiral. You can see the model and see how that happens and choose to spiral up. And when you become aware, you take a pause, and then you move forward from that pause. And that pause could be your self-talk. I'm late. I got this. I can handle this. And move yourself forward and move from empowerment rather than being the victim of a circumstance or a situation. So if your brain is, if you're going to be late and then have the judgment and then create more chaos, that's a program pattern that you're working with. So you want to break the pattern, and you want to replace it with repetition. So the more that you repeat, I got this, I got this, I got this, this is where your self-talk rewires that response. So that's the story. So yes, you might be late. That's okay. That happens to us as humans, but you don't have to turn it into this internal meltdown. where it's the end of the world. Because what happens when we're late? It's like it's not that bad, or it's a little embarrassing, or it's a little uncomfortable or something. But the worst, it's just like, oh man, thank goodness the day is done, or it really wasn't that bad. So a stability moment for you. When it's you that's late, you can turn that around and move into stability. I love you so very, very mucho. You can do, be, change, have, create, become absolutely anything. I believe in you. You can do this. As always, shining my light to brighten yours, and we will see you tomorrow. Ciao.